Hey guys, Jamie here. So today I wanted to talk about weed control and how that we manage our weeds in our garden. So, you know, the trick to managing weeds is don't get them. I know that sounds simple, but it's really about constant light cultivation and really staying after it, you know, and targeting the weeds at that thread stage where they're little bitty. I mean, when they first get those couple true little leaves and even before. So that light cultivation is so critical. So I'm going to show you a couple tools that we use that really helps us manage our weeds. So I try to cultivate the beds once a week. I mean, if I can stay on that and stay on top of that, my weed pressure is going to be so minimal. So check it out. So this little guy right here is called a stirrup hoe, or I've heard it called a scuffle hoe. This guy can come in handy for like my pathways and that sort of stuff, and going in between wider row crops because I can cover a lot of ground. It's probably 5 inches or something. The other thing is I can take a file and really sharpen that thing, you know. So what I don't want is to be going after big attacking weeds, you know. Once they're, you know, that big and bigger, I've got problems. I've got bigger problems. So historically what I would do is take a regular kind of square hoe like that and be chopping at big weeds, and I've had to shift past that because once it gets to that point, nobody's having fun anymore, right? It's terrible. What I'm about to show you is how easy weeding can be when you stay on top of it. So another hoe, my favorite hoe by far, and you don't have to get one this fancy, but this one's pretty cool because you can actually interchange the heads. And so I've got a bunch of different style of heads. This is actually called a colinear hoe, but I can change these out, and these are super cool to have the different sizes. So I've got a couple of different sizes that I can go in between different crops, and it's super handy because I can get right up close to the crop, and I can even get underneath the canopy a little bit with the way that this thing is designed the way it is. So it's a really cool little trick. And then the other thing about this hoe that interchangeable, I can use these wire weeders. So these guys are they're again just to cultivate that the top little layer to hit those little thread stage weeds. But I love the versatility of this. So this is from Never Sink Farm. But it's just cool because I can keep all these different sizes on my carabiner and keep them on my hip, and I can just swap them out right in the field as I'm buzzing through the beds just ASAP, you know, because I don't have a monoculture. I don't have just one crop that I maintain. I've got arugula, spinach, I mean just a bunch of different stuff, and it's all at different spacing. So it's so handy to be able to buzz through the beds and change right there in the field rather than going and grabbing another tool all the time. So there again, I know if you've got a little bitty garden, if I had to say one tool to get, it would definitely be to start out with this stirrup hoe. It's so easy, they're cheap, you can get them at any box store, and you can just really control your weeds big time with a stirrup hoe. So let's check out how these things work in action. So you can see how fast that is. I mean, and it's almost meditative as well. It's not even hard, you know. That's what I think we all can get discouraged gardening when the weeds get out of control, and it's easy to just give up. So, but if you can stay consistent and hit them while they're little, it makes it so much more easy, and it's enjoyable. In fact, for me it is. So, all right, thank you guys.